We got our first look at Jimmy Olsen for the James Gunn Superman film. Is it still called Superman Legacy or not? They seem to have dropped that. But anyway, here we have it. Yeah. We'll obviously take a longer look in a minute. But yeah, this is the first official look at Skylar Gisondo? Not someone I'm aware of, to be honest. But this individual is a good pick from the image for Jimmy Olsen. So let's take a look. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So this is the 83rd anniversary of Jimmy Olsen, basically. So James Gunn decided to tweet this out, which we'll take a look at. But here's this article over on Cosmic Book News. And it says, James Gunn reveals a first official look at Skylar Gisondo. You have to tell me if I'm doing that right. In his new Superman movie for the character's 83rd or 83-year anniversary. So he said, quote, "Happy anniversary to Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, who debuted on this day in 1941, although he did appear earlier as an office boy in Action Comics 6. Gunn posted on social media, created by Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster, and Bob Maxwell. I can't wait for you to see Skylar Gizondo's portrayal in Superman." I guess there is no Superman Legacy now then. Just Superman. On July 11th, 2025. So Skylar Gizondo's Jimmy Olsen will be a part of the Daily Planet's newsroom, which also includes Wendell Pierce as Perry White, Beck Bennett as Steve Lombard, Michaela Hoover as Cat Grant, Christopher McDonald as Ron Troop, along with David Corenswet's Clark Kent, and of course Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane. So this is the image, right? This is our new Jimmy Olsen. I mean, look, it's a bit of a step up, isn't it? From the majority of what Hollywood's been doing. You know, traditionally, like, redheads, which I guess Jimmy Olsen was kind of a redhead-ish, blondie, maybe. There are some images of him where he's looking a little bit more... Oh, no, yeah, just full-on blonde, to be fair. Oh, no, there's one. There's one. I knew he was ginger in certain iterations. Well, anyway, the point is, Hollywood loves to blackwash gingers. Yeah, I said it. Blackwash. It's true, they do. There's this weird, like, erasure of ginger people. So, you know, this is an image. I mean, he fits the part, you know. Sort of conveys... I mean, he's very clearly a man, obviously. You know, like a grown man. But sort of... How to sort of describe this? There's a certain element conveyed in the face of, like, a boyish charm, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. It's that sort of... He doesn't look harsh and stern, you know. There's still that sort of optimism. I mean, obviously, you know, he's got a... Striking a particular pose, fist in the air, big old smile, very, very soft features. It's that... Yeah, I guess sort of... Almost like naivety. Do you know what I mean? Which I feel like, you know, Jimmy Olsen needs. This character needs that sort of... Yeah, like naivety element. So I like that. I think he's a good pick, actually. I think he's a really good pick. Just from an aesthetic point of view. I've never seen him act, so I don't know what his acting's like. You can tell me down below. But there is some more stuff. So for those that don't know, there are some rumours about what this movie's about. So what is James Gunn's Superman movie about? Film stars Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, Maria Gabriela de Faria as the engineer, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and they did terrible. The Green Lantern suits are awful. Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho, Eddie Gathega as Mr. Terrific, Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr., with Sean Gunn as Maxwell Lord. Millie Alcock is also thought to be debuting as Supergirl prior to her own movie, which gets released in 2026. It's kind of like a proof of concept, to be fair. We've said this for a little while. This is like proof of concept for the entire DC. And it still may be the case that they are looking to sell DC after this. We'll see how it goes. DC describes Gunn's Superman as telling the story of the Man of Steel's journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent of Smallville, Kansas. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. Which is always, I mean, the fact that they even included the American way part is, yeah, like that's great. That's great. Just because that was removed from comics for a while, and everyone was like, why are you doing that? We know why they're doing it. Guided by human kindness in a world that sees kindness as old-fashioned. Superman is the true foundation of our creative vision for the DC universe, James Gunn said. Not only is Superman as iconic part of DC lore, he's also a favourite character for comic book readers, viewers of earlier movies, and fans around the world. I can't wait to introduce our version, of Superman, who audiences will be able to follow and get to know across films, movies, animation, and gaming. So thoughts? Sorry, just scroll up. Thoughts on Skylar Gizondo's Skylar Gizondo's Jimmy Olsen. Personally, I think that's a good pick. I think that there is a certain air of, as I've said before, like naivety, a sort of innocence type deal, I guess. It's just very soft, sort of features-wise, not sort of, you know, there's been a hell of a lot of comic book movies which are harsh and stern, and everyone in it's ultra serious. This is kind of a breath of fresh air from that perspective. And you do need that in this character, because this character, the whole purpose of this character is to bring those sort of moments of levity. There are, as you construct narratives and stories, there are certain archetypes that are required to soften or tease out other elements of other characters. And Jimmy Olsen has to be a certain way. You know, Hulk always had one. Began with a J as well, if I remember rightly. There was always a chap that sort of roamed around with the Hulk that was sort of his mate as well. And that was another version. That was, again, the same kind of archetype, a character which would bring out certain elements of your core main character to allow the audience to be softened towards them ever so slightly. So there you go. First look. What do you guys think? Do you care? Do you not? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching though, guys. Hit subscribe if you're new here. If you want to support the channel, because we do get demonetized, please do check out my Patreon. It's the first link down below. But that being said, thanks guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.